You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G and Rickey Shacklegford Show on the Coyote Man Show Network. You're tuned in to the Kings of Comedy of Baltimore, the Howard G and Rickey Shacklegford Show.
Hey.
What you got to say?
Hey.
Hollywood,
sweetheart.
Yeah. It's Wednesday, baby.
What's up, y'all?
Baltimore Kings
Welcome
of Comedy, y'all.
to the Baltimore Kings of Comedy, featuring our queen for one day, Whooda.
Whooda's in the house, y'all. Also, we got Howard G here. I'm Rickey, the real deal Shacklegford. And we got a special guest. We don't want to leave her hanging out there. Coming all the way from, where are you coming from, baby?
DC.
From DC. 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours in DC in the gridlock. I want y'all to give it up for my girl, Gwen.
Factor.
Yeah. Good to be here.
What is it, Fracture?
Factor, like a factor.
Oh, factor. Like a factor.
Yeah.
Like the X factor, but the G factor.
Factor.
You keep doing that, you might get a seat.
That's right.
How would you somebody stay?
How would you out of uniform?
Why?
Because we all got on sunglasses. Where yours at?
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't get the email or the text.
No, I told him Rick James would be there. He thought Cool in the Game was coming.
Anybody got some sunglasses?
Hey, because it's sunny out today, finally.
Beautiful day. So Gwen, what brings you to Baltimore? Tell us a little bit about you and all that good stuff. Jump right on in.
Well, it's not a whole lot to tell. I'm an old lady who decided one day that she was going to do some comedy.
But Gwen, when did you start? I want to hear this story.
So it all started after my bout with breast cancer in 2018. And I came to the conclusion that God had left me here for a purpose and that I had done everything, because we all grew up in that same era where your parents was like, go to school, get your education, get the good job. I wish I would have told my parents, I think I want to do entertainment. I like to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So I did what I was supposed to do, got the good job, raised the kids, and then I had an epiphany, and I was like, this is my time. God has left me here to spread some laughter, and I want to do something that feeds my soul for once.
All right.
Absolutely.
But I like what you just said. I mean, but do it work for you. Feeding your soul is like, I need it too.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you feel me?
Oh, yeah, it absolutely does. Because it started off, it allowed me to tell my story and my journey about cancer.
Most definitely.
And everybody was like, girl, that's hilarious. Like, you need to get on the Chitlin circuit with that story. And so I started with that as my set, and it was very inspirational. I would get a lot of people, men and women, that would come up.
Here's my question. What year did you start? That's a good question.
I started in 2019 after my year.
Wow, you just really getting started.
So then you had to shut down.
I started in November, actually, of 2019.
So 3 months later, everything shut down.
Yes, 3 months under my belt. I did like 3 shows because nobody told me I was supposed to do open mics first. I went straight to shows. And then everything just kind of shut down. And I
want to say this shit, well, not to cut you, but I do mean to cut you too. But at the same time, I'm saying, I like that I would have thought you've been doing comedy 10 years.
Yeah, at least.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You have that presence about you.
I get that a lot.
You have that confidence, and I like that.
There your boy again.
I know, don't call me.
I'm just going to flip it this way. I'm not even going to look.
You knew you were going to be here, Gwen. You knew you were going to be here.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you yet, but I'm anxious to see you. I understand that you were at Who Knows.
Right,
yes, I was, and I actually will be. The timing was perfect on this because I actually will be performing, headlining here in Baltimore Saturday for the Mother's Day extravaganza.
Really? You are in that show?
Yes, I'm the headliner at the Baltimore Arts and Cultural Center.
Okay.
Up on Howard. Tickets.
So I have to friend you.
No, go ahead,
so
baby.
I can
say whatever you got to say.
It's on Howard. Show Doors open at 7. Show starts around 8 or so. But it's a wonderful lineup. It's comedians. They got a spoken word person, live sax, variety of things going on. I was a part of it last year, and it was a wonderful, wonderful turnout. And they asked me to come back and headline.
I want to say this to you, Gwen, and I like what you said. You're talking about 2 years, and we're talking 23. You're getting paid. And the point, reason why I'm saying that is because you're doing the work. See, you might think that 2 hours in gridlock stop you, but you never know who's watching you.
Oh, I know.
So I know you know. I know you know everything.
Even though I could have been halfway to North Carolina by now, but it's all good. It's all good.
If you do go to North, can you bring me back some barbecue?
And
I was just
natural. And natural, if it's something that's natural.
That's right. She's natural.
You know, then I mean, you do the work to make it better. But then you got some comedians who really aren't natural. They, you know.
I kind of feel like it's not natural. What I was at least told was that you want your material to be authentically you as much as possible, because then that way people can relate to it. So it started, like I said, with my breast cancer, but then from there I just expanded my stories and jokes into my 3 marriages, my kids.
Wait a minute, you ain't gonna run through them 3 marriages like you already did. You've been married 3 times.
3 times, working on 4. Taking applications for number 5, okay?
That's right.
Because, hey, one monkey don't stop no show. We got to keep the train going.
Maybe you need to get you a monkey.
Okay.
now, Gwen, I didn't know about this accent, because you sound like you're from daggone South Carolina.
It is a Midwest accent with a Southern twang. I'm originally from East St. Louis, Illinois. Born and raised. I moved here to go to school in Virginia. And then was pretty much like my boy in Harlem Nights. I was like, Mama ain't never coming home. There's black folks here that act like they got sense and they got some money. I was like, I ain't never coming home. And so I've lived here almost 40 years.
But you know what I like about you? You push your will on. You don't push back. You push forward. And that's big. A lot of people don't understand. If you ain't confident in who you are, you ain't going nowhere. You show so much conviction. I like that.
Thank you. I can only be me.
I like the fact that she knows the industry. She knows the business already. She knows how to talk, the comedy talk. She know how to give. She know how to receive. And that's what turned me on to her as when I first met her. And she's very supportive of everything.
Yeah, because she got me coming to Virginia July 23rd.
It wasn't that she sold 20 tickets that turned you on to
You coming to Maryland.
Laws ain't coming to Luxby, Maryland.
You might feel like it's Virginia after you take that 2-hour drive yourself.
Let me say something to you, sweetie. I've drove from the West Coast to the East Coast, so ain't too many places I haven't been.
I bet that's
true.
Well, this is what I want to say. When I saw your picture, and Howard and Rickey told me that you were a black woman, I said no, she's not.
So now
that I'm up and close, I can see that.
And you see that nappy bush.
No, we got good hair.
The other thing that I always tell people is, you might think I'm white until I open my mouth, and then all that go out the window.
And not even that. You see your features. I can see African American features.
Yeah, she definitely got a nigga nose.
No.
And a nigga butt.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that butt
junk in that trunk. Okay.
You got a spare tire there, Gwen.
I got a lot of spares.
Or the high cheekbone. She got high cheekbone.
Right. Yeah. Now, who in your family? You are mixed, though, correct? Somebody in your family had to be.
Somewhere down the line.
So both your parents are black, though.
Yeah. I told people, I was clearly part of Thomas Jefferson. He done infiltrated the lineage somewhere down the line.
Mama lied somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Somebody done lied.
That's the milkman baby.
Somebody.
Or the T-man baby.
But I put it to you like this. I don't know exactly what it is, but just like how these LGBTQs, I identify as black, and y'all gonna respect how I choose to identify. Okay.
And you know what, Gwen? Let's have that conversation because of judging you. And what I'm saying is, you said that the night when you perform, I like that, this is who I am.
Right.
Don't make me who you want me to be. Because then you'll see the Negro come out.
Right.
As I like to say, you don't want to see Gigi come out. Because again, I am from East St. Louis. I will cut you. I will cut you. Don't get it twisted.
And Ricky said he felt kind of, it was like a harsh feeling because every time you can't use the N-word, it's like, hold up, this white woman just saying, and I'm like, she's not white.
You got to remember how she was in the hood.
Right. Maryland Avenue.
Remember, niggas in the hood ain't scared.
Right.
And when you talk, I was afraid that, they would get offended, but, you stood your ground.
What I used to tell, mixed people, light-skinned people that look like they white, they be like, I can only say the N-word half of the time. I just choose to say it at nighttime. So that could work too. I just choose to say it at nighttime.
But answer this question: have you got approached one way or another about delivering how you do your material and using the N-word?
No.
Nobody never approached you.
All right, let's tell the truth
You're the
now.
only ones ever said anything to me. Because everybody know I'm black.
All right, well, look, check this out, y'all. I got one for her. Now, Gwen, if this about 10,000 KKK members ran up in here with guns and knives, and they said, you come with us, whose side you gonna jump on?
I'm gonna jump on the KKK side. I'm gonna say I'm white.
Exactly, and you gonna choose sides. You gonna respect how I choose to identify. I'm white.
That's right. Absolutely. And I'm gonna go in the bank and try to cash a check and tell them I am a white woman and I need my everybody else identify.
We're gonna be like, somebody took our hat. We need another hoodie too. Okay, where's our hoodie?
But it's funny that we mentioned color because it's so important. You have so many diverse black and white kids out there. I mean, look at a lot of the ball players. A lot of the ball players was married to white women.
Yep.
So a lot of these like the ball guy, his mama white. You know the balls?
The balls, yep.
You know who the balls is.
All three of them.
I don't know nobody.
The Ball family is Alonzo Ball.
The basketball players.
The basketball players.
But they were light skinned?
Yeah, because the wife is white.
Is white.
Oh, okay.
But
they still married to this day.
But you even look at, what's the boy named, played with Stephen Curry?
Thompson. Thompson.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, and to go back to from way back in the day, like in the 50s and 40s, if you got a drop of black blood in you, you black. And that's the way America has always been.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your mama could be white or your daddy could be white. You're still going to be recognized.
She's not white. They looked at me.
They look because we talk.
Whooda, let's tell the truth now. What? You going against me saying that it's based on the father. If the father's black, then she's probably white.
Either
I was only messing with you.
Why would you play with
I know that they say if you have an ounce of percentage of black blood in you, you are black.
How she know Whooda got a degree.
That's right. She got a few degrees.
That's right. And my degree told me.
Exactly.
As we go, brother, I want to give a shout out for that cookout we just had.
Oh, man.
Shout out to
Shirley.
Off the hook.
Nice.
Give it out to Shirley Diva.
Shirley Diva.
Give it out to my man,
Shirley.
Jay Wise showing up.
Y'all look split,
How y'all doing? Y'all need to be in show business. Yep. But I want to give it out to all the people that showed up. Mrs. G. Gaskin's wife showed up. And we had the time. Renee. Who did we miss? Whooda.
Whooda.
Do your favorite line, Whooda. I'm drinking.
Renee.
Tiara.
Yeah, Julio.
Yeah, we had a great time that cast party.
But we were celebrating what?
I was celebrating my birthday.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
But I want to give it up to
Sharon
my partner in the crowd, Whooda, and Howard G for popping that cake on me.
Yeah.
I still got the cake. Wait, I'm going to save it for next year.
You better
That was
freeze it.
expensive ass cake.
You better freeze it.
I know.
No, hear what you say? What you say?
You better freeze
Girl,
it.
I'm going to eat the hell out of that cake.
Look.
It go good with some ice cream.
Look, Howard, The next size was this size. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I took that part. I took the Rickey Shacklegford.
Yeah,
but you know
it
what?
was nice.
I like that, Whooda, because I think we should do that with the cast. You know, when their birthdays come, you know, because we're going to get set up with that Sanford and Son play.
That's
we're going to get set up.
If Howard don't push him away,
and congratulations for filming.
Well, he pushed him away, but I'll bring him back.
Yeah, you do.
Well, Gwen came. Gwen was at the
I saw.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't at the filming. I was at the very first one, but I saw where y'all had filmed it. Now, congratulations on that.
Well, you know what? I'm so thankful that we got through it. People don't understand the work behind it.
You know,
yes,
I do.
Months of it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what
rehearsals, time.
She'd saw Friday, we killed it. The one we just did, we got the video we want, and pray to God that you know we can move this thing. And you never know, Gwen, we might have you opening up somewhere.
I'm here.
Well, hey, I know you. Just don't cuss at nobody.
Do y'all want a little piece of my tangerine?
I can be clean.
I know you
People don't realize that. I really can. It costs you a little more. But I can be very clean.
Do you know who? Do you know, I know you do. I'm just messing with you. Do you know who Loretta Lynn is?
Absolutely.
You sound like
the coal miner's daughter.
The coal miner's daughter.
Hey, what's up with Gwen? What's up with this no makeup day today going on? She's on a strike. What's going on?
No, I was not on a strike. It was 2 hours trying to get here. Wait a minute, Gwen,
and you beat him here.
I know, and I came from D.C. That's why I had the glasses on, because I was like, I don't even have a lash or a lip.
That's okay.
This is not. They're not used to seeing.
You are beautiful even without. And I don't even know how Howard recognized that you didn't have makeup on.
Because it's very noticeable when I do my eyes. Because you know when you like your features don't like jump out, and my eyes are very sunken without the makeup and the lashes.
One thing, old mother hovering in the cover.
What you're not gonna do? Make us feel like we motherhood.
Let me finish, please. Talkathons. All I'm saying, she gonna make you feel at home. That's all I was gonna say.
That's true.
So don't. Sometimes you gotta let a brother pee.
That's right.
Let me finish peeing.
Well, this is what I want to say.
Talk to me.
I'm going on a cruise that starts the 14th of this month, and I'll be back the 21st. Sunday, Mother's Day.
I got you. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed.
It's a big ship.
So was Titanic, girl. Okay? Titanic was a big ship.
It was a big ship.
And they said it was unsinkable.
That's why it sank. Blast God. He should have blast God.
I'm not gonna let these heathens
take your joy. That's right. Don't let them take your joy. You enjoy your cruise. You gain your 10 pounds on that cruise and have you a good time.
I got a song for you and Whooda. Friends. How many other goddamn
Let's be friends.
Hey. Before we go any further, let's be friends.
No, she like she know the words either.
I don't know the words. We all different verses.
Oh, okay. They all on different verses.
I got one for y'all. Salt and pepper in the house.
Oh yeah.
And look at him, Spinderella over there.
I don't know what you were talking about, but I sure won't. It wasn't me. That's
Cinderella.
Right. But we welcome you aboard. We love your energy. You know, and I told you to talk. You didn't shut the hell up.
Well, I follow instruction very well.
So you're from D.C.?
I got to give you the instructions.
I live in Prince George's County, Maryland.
Right.
Which is basically on the suburbs of D.C.
I mean, she got money, guys. She got money.
So how long have you been living there?
38 years.
Okay.
So your birthday coming up soon, though, right?
August.
August what?
21st.
Oh, the 21st.
So
you're a Virgo. Then.
No, I'm a Leo.
You the last.
Me and Chuck Brown is right next to each other.
Okay.
Me and Chuck Brown and then Virgo.
Chuck Brown.
That house.
For those who know, he's a
Chuck Brown
the godfather of go-go. Let's get it right. The godfather of go-go.
So when do you like go-go? You know?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
You can't come out of D.C. and don't like go-go.
No, I like D.C. and I came out.
They tried to mute our go-go.
Listen, I went to D.C. and heard that go-go and ran the hell right home.
Oh, I love go-go.
Because you know.
Too much.
I like the old school go-go. Pump.
Exactly. I'm not going to say the new school, because all the new school is they just take any old song and throw a go-go beat on it. So I mean, it's okay, but I'm old school.
Right.
Give me some good old junkyard band, like some old school Rare Essence. But see, the colonizers done came to DC, and they tried to push go out like they done the rest of the folks in DC and push you out to PG County.
To PG County, yeah.
And they done push them further. They can't even afford PG County no more. They just skip straight over us and go straight to Charles County.
Oh
now.
yeah.
But I got a question for you, Gwen. With you being the new kid on the block in that area, PG County, DC, do you get a lot of love in DC?
Actually, I do.
No,
I do.
I want to know.
I feel like, but I was always, when I first started, I was a little hesitant at first about coming over to Baltimore because everybody always said, "Oh, Baltimore don't play. Baltimore don't play. If you ain't funny, they'll let you know you ain't funny."
Okay.
But I said, and it's true, it's true. But and I finally was like, okay, it's time for you to go to Baltimore and see if you got what it takes. Because then the next step would be to go then up to New York, etc. But I've had nothing but love from Baltimore from day one. I've never not had a good show in Baltimore.
Well, it's proven that if they brought you back from last year, you must have showed them something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest form of flattery.
I am a mother, and I got a whole lot to say about them kids. Okay?
It's a great day for you,
So what advice would you give to a comedian that's starting out? What advice would you give to a comedian?
Probably the same advice that was given to me by George Wilborn.
Okay.
Which was, do not get comfortable in your city because each area laughs at different things and you get comfortable. He was like, travel. Make sure that you're getting across the country to learn other areas, and it actually teaches you to write better because you write more universally where it appeals to everyone and not localize your comedy. I see so many folks in DC that talk about nothing but DC stuff, and you can't even go to Baltimore and take it because they don't know about it even right here in Baltimore. So that would be the main thing. And then the second piece of advice he gave me was get you some merch. And nowadays, that's the biggest thing because it's all about branding yourself. So once you create a brand, which I did, which was my name and my afro, then you want to create your merch around it. And even if you're not getting...
Share this with us. So important with the merchandise. Share this with us. The night you did Who Knows, I watched you. How many did you sell?
I think I sold maybe about 3 T-shirts, 3 or 4 T-shirts in there, and that's was key, just a small venue. You can imagine when I do venues that have like 5, 6, 7, 800 people.
Right.
Like Baltimore Comedy Factory, I did that one weekend, 5 shows. I mean, insane. I ran out of merchandise.
Where did they use you at the Comedy Factory? Feature, headline, or MC?
Open. I was opening for Teddy Carpenter.
With Teddy. But I want to say this here because it's so important that comedians understand you got to learn the MC. If you don't learn the MC, you might get an MC job somewhere, open it up for a group. It's not going to always be about you featuring and headlining.
But that was another good piece of advice because hosting is totally different than doing a set. Because it's not even really about being super funny. It's about bringing energy. But if you can host... you set the pace for the whole show. It's one of the most... It's the most important job. Because if your host is not good, it can carry the flavor of your whole show. And I just experienced that in North Carolina last weekend.
The host wasn't really good.
Oh, it was not good. Because first of all, why would you tell racist jokes in a mixed audience in North Carolina? I was like, we know half the white people is Trumpsters. Why would you
So they weren't laughing. They didn't think that was
So you went on after the host? He was
the host, and I was the headliner. By the time
Who else went on before y'all?
I was another local. They were local comedians. I was the only one.
They break the ice, though? They finally warmed it up?
My mama taught me if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you don't say nothing at all.
I can tell they got bleach.
All I know is at the end of the day, I knew
Mama
what
used to say.
At the end of the day, regardless of race, color, creed, the one thing that every human has in common is relationship and kids. And you can always win over a crowd whenever. And then, like I said, a lot of my material is about kids. And They and they loved it. They're bringing me back again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would love to see you. It was
Chapel Hill. In Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
But see, one thing about the business, you made an impression. And when you do that, even coming back to Baltimore, North Carolina, like you said, and I've seen your Facebook, you stay busy. And that's the key to this business. Stay busy. You know, you're only as good as your talent.
That's true.
You see? So if your talent is weak, you're going to be sitting home watching TV. Your talent is good, you're going to stay out there.
Well, and that's, I mean, some people have their opinions about it, but at the end of the day, a person can continue to get booked for a while because it's like, oh, they're hot, people are booking them, but eventually word gets around because people don't realize the comedy world is still a very small circuit. And it only takes a few bad shows before they're like, okay, well, we thought she was hot, but she really ain't bringing it or whatever, and then it will die off. But it's been 2 years, and it's continuing to, I mean, at this point, I'm doing sometimes 3 to 5 shows a week, and I'm still working full time.
Well, I was going to ask you. So, what is your career other than a comedian?
I'm a paralegal. I work for a law firm, and I've been doing that for 30 years.
Wow.
30 years. So
here's my question too, since you mentioned that. Do you think you in the game at this point, and a good question for the other comics, where you can quit your day job? That's a good question.
No, not for me. Not at this point, because I am keeping it real, because I think a lot of comedians, you got to realize they come into the game at 20, 30. They're really not as far along in their career, so you might only be making 40 or 50. You can give up 40 or 50 and make it, but when you making over 6 figures, you got to make it all the way. But fortunately, I only have 2 more years to retire.
That's right.
So once I retire, then I'll be able to do this.
And that's what I did. I retired. I've been doing this since 17, 18?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I retired. And God said, this is what I want you to do. I'm like, you really got jokes, right? I was 60
God got a sense of humor too now. Let me tell you. Yes, he do.
Yes, he does.
So, and it's what I'm loving. Yeah.
Yeah, because one thing about retiring, because I'm retired, and she's retired, having this out as a part-time job now, it's not as much stress.
Right.
You see, so...
And you're doing something you love.
But I want to make a point to you, Gwen. It's perfect that you're setting yourself up. That way, when you do that transition, girl, it's going to be like taking candy from a baby. Because if you're that busy now...
I never thought it would be... I mean, I'm still, speechless a lot of times. Because when I started this, like the business person that I am, I created the 5-year plan. And I was like... Maybe within your first 2 years, you might be able to do maybe 1 show a month. That was my goal, was like within 2 years of doing comedy, at least try to do 1 show a month. And then I was like, by the time you retire, when you hit year 5, you should then now have a name and be able to get a little bit more regular bookings. I've superseded the 5-year mark already, and I'm still working. As long till they keep me, because I swear to God, some of these weeks I know they like, where is Gwen? She online, but we don't see her in the office. We don't know where she is, but she online somewhere.
But I want to say this here because I'm a pretty good judge of character. I've seen the best perform. I've seen the worst get the hell out of my face. No, I have.
Like that one the other night.
But this which one was that?
Howard's friend.
Mike.
That wasn't even a start. That was sad. That was like
was really sad.
That was rehab.
I felt bad for him.
But I want to say this to Gwen. When I'm telling you, one of the things I feed off is a person's spirit. And your spirit is telling me you're going to get it. Let me finish. Because you're different. And don't take that different because, I'm like, no. Part of comedy is being different.
Correct.
You understand?
That's absolutely right.
I knew a young David Chappelle. Howard knows the truth. He was 14 years old, little skinny, little twig. But he was different. He was different.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is different.
Yeah.
So that door is open for you. Make sure, don't shut the door. Let us in. I'm talking to you. Let us in.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you got to pull in.
Yeah.
Sometimes we all think about selling.
You want some of my tangerine?
No,
I didn't ask you.
She said, but she offered that last little piece. That's a good woman right there when she offered that last little piece.
I said to myself, offered these bums some, but I didn't offer
That's
you
okay,
any.
baby, because I actually
I'm being
don't
honest.
It don't
like
look sanitized enough for me.
He said it
Well, I got it covered
I got one worse than that. I didn't know what the hell it was.
I got it covered up. So Ricky won't spit on it. You see, I got it
I
covered
know
up.
A little too late for that.
We already see the droplets on top of the tissue.
But look, it's not really. I don't know what they call these. It's a little tangerine to me.
They call
But
it
it's
little
not
kisses.
called
Those
that.
Kisses.
are clementines.
Clementine.
Little
Those are
kisses.
actually
See,
clementines.
she black, white, and smart.
What?
That's why she a
But I don't
you.
eat none of them because they don't taste right in my
black,
mouth.
white, smart, and she ain't got no rest.
They don't taste right.
So wait, how many kids you got?
I have one naturally, and then I have 4 others artificially that I raised as well.
Yeah.
So in other words, to say I have
Talk to
4
me.
children that are for previous marriages that I claim because they're all my children.
Wow.
'Cause
They live with you too?
well, they did at one point. They're all grown now.
Oh, okay.
My youngest is 34, and my oldest is 38.
Howard, don't nobody have no children like you do living at homeland.
I only got one.
you the
My
only
We're
youngest.
mature.
Let
We
me
have
find out.
older
youngest.
She the
children.
blood Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
You know Robert De Niro just
Had a
had a
baby
baby
at
at
79.
79.
Oh, my
Really?
Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
That
had
should
a
be
baby.
against
Yeah.
the law.
79.
He
How that semen ain't dried up yet?
must have peed that baby out. Somebody died,
Oh,
no.
it was pee in between the load, okay?
He took that gorilla pill.
Oh,
He
Lord.
sure did. He went to the gas station and got him a pill.
Well, if he
Make
can't
that
find him,
baby
I
out.
got about,
That's a gas station baby, okay?
I got a half a
gas
dozen in the
station
car.
baby.
You want to buy them? Ain't doing me no good. I can't even
He
look
got
at it.
7
I
kids.
can't even look at a girl my age now because they stuck up too.
They stuck up?
Stuck up.
I'm not stuck up.
Well, you know what started that, Ricky?
But I don't
When they
look as
started
sweet.
making
Okay,
50
okay.
the new 40
Oh,
and
no.
40 the new 30.
Yeah.
So now they think 70. They like, I'm the new 60.
Well, I want to say this.
Your body don't move like you the new
No, it
60
don't.
years.
I got one for all y'all. My penis is the new 70. My penis ain't never had a drink it ain't seen.
It's the new 70.
The new 70.
I didn't see that one coming in.
That penis is old.
That's
and-
old.
There's an old saying, takes a licking and keep on ticking.
That's right.
I'm
Look,
telling you.
I think Moses was in the ER when he was circumcised.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's some old.
Got some more bad news for you. It's not circumcised.
Oh, Lord, Jesus. This was before Moses. This was before Christ, before circumcision, BC, before circumcision.
Before circumcision.
So you know, Gwen, it looked like a chili pepper.
Ew.
Or a disgruntled turtle.
All you gotta do, Whooda's go, I'm drinking.
Ew.
You would never look at it.
It's a BC, before circumcision.
But since we mentioned my thing is limp and bimp, I just like to know at 60 something, how do women look down there?
Oh, we look like we 20. You want to see? You want to see?
Okay, hold on. That's a lie from the pit of hell. All right. Because, as y'all know, I should have brought my merchandise in here because, you know, I travel with my merch. I don't go nowhere.
Okay.
But I knew I wasn't going to sell no merchandise from here. But anyway, I sell merchandise mainly, and as I tell in my set, to go towards the rejuvenation benevolence. Because at a certain age, it don't look like it's 20 no more. Matter of fact,
That's right.
I mean, I'm not taking it past R-rated, but I'm going to tell you right now, them lips act like they've been mad at each other for 20 years, like they turn their back to each other. They don't even look at each other no more.
You know what that sound like? It sound like on the car, it's a blowout.
They don't even look at one another.
They don't even look
gotta get
at
a
their
blow up.
arms is crossed, and they done turn their back to each
Nah,
other.
blow, I go.
But I tell people,
you got to do it right.
But I tell people, at this age, it's really not about how it looks.
Right.
For me, I just want the rejuvenation so it'll stop leaking.
Oh,
okay, that's all I need.
Well, we all gonna stand in the same line. I think I gotta go right about now.
Nobody, but that's the new thing. You know, a lot of ladies in their 50s and 60s now is getting the rejuvenation because it not only pretties it up a little bit, but it pulls that bladder up.
Okay.
And allows you to not have the incontinence as you get when you get older.
Well,
so
thank
you
the
not
Lord.
like
I haven't had a drip drop.
Thank you, Dr. Gwen.
Oh, you blessed. You blessed. I'm highly thankful.
I was about ready to say, Gwen, is that something that you is there something that you don't know?
She sounded like a surgeon.
Don't ask me nothing about going to planets and
all that
spaceships.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, do my taxes, Gwen.
Well, we don't know.
No, I do taxes though. Actually, I do.
Wait a minute, Gwen, do you have Milio Ficio?
No, but I can represent you if you did have some. I can help you draft up that complaint, okay, for a class action.
I know that's
You know
right.
what? I can't wait to listen to this myself.
Honey,
this has been too good.
I'm telling you.
A lot of energy. We love that you bring your energy with you.
Well, thank you. I'm just being me, baby. That's all I can do.
Well, that's the key to this business. You know, you make it by being you. Keep yourself humble like you are. You're very humble. That's what I've saw so far. You know, we all have our good days.
I think that's the best part about starting in this game so late.
Sure.
Because I think back and I always say, where would I be if I'd started like in my 20s? And then I was like, if you'd have been as far as you are in 2 years in your 20s, your head would have been this big. You wouldn't have been because you couldn't tell me nothing when I was 20. What? I was so fine I stopped traffic on Martin Luther King Avenue. Okay, you couldn't tell me nothing at 20.
That's right.
So God knew what He was doing. He knew that this was something that He would prepare me for later in life when I was in a position to be able to handle the toughness. Because you got to have a tough skin. You got to be able to look past the BS. Like it's a lot to this game. And the older you are, the more wisdom you have to maneuver this journey.
But I want to say this here because I loved everything you said, and I think this is why Whooda's the way she is. Listen, this is my pet peeve right here. But you know why? Because of the wisdom again. See that wisdom that you said coming in late? You already accumulate so much, so you know what not to do. Right. And I'm glad that you shared that with them.
That is so true because it shows in your sets and writing because I was told it was unheard of to even headline under 5 years of comedy because most comedians don't have an hour's worth of material written. I wrote a whole hour special called It's a Mother Being a Mother. It was my Mother's Day special. We filmed it. I wrote that my very first year because I love to write. Right. I was that kid back in the 70s that was writing the Harlequin romances and sending them off, trying to get them published, you know. Like his chest was pounding against his hard throbbing body. I was in junior high just writing.
I couldn't even spell hard throbbing. I couldn't even spell it.
But what I like what she's talking about, she's using all her talent. And that writing is the most important part. You know,
you got to have the stage presence and all of that. But if you can't write material, then what you gonna get up there? You can get up there and act a fool all you want, but eventually you got to say something that makes some sense and make people laugh.
We got this on recording. Remember I told you got that it. I just shared that with you. I'm just telling you what I'm.
You're the second person that's told me.
Well, the first person was lying because I told you the truth. I'm going to see how I figure that one out.
Howard, what you doing over there? You on that phone?
No, I'm not. I'm actually ready. I got a great go, but hey.
Dang, he said I got to go.
That's right.
He was like, I ain't playing with you.
Y'all can stay, but I got to go.
You got to go or the show got to go?
I got to go, but y'all can stay.
The boy playing another sport?
He's playing lacrosse.
No. Wait a minute. I thought he was playing tennis.
One of them 14 kids, he got to get to the... Get in your soccer van and roll on out.
Well, Gwen, get some stuff in real quick before he go. Tell people where you're going to be at on Mother's Day again.
It's Saturday. May 13th, I'll be at the Baltimore Arts and Cultural Center on Howard Street. Doors open to 7, show at 8. Follow me on social media. You can find all of the Eventbrite links in my Instagram or Facebook, and it's The Gwynn
Factor.
GWYNN Factor, FACTOR on IG, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Gotcha.
And tell them where you gonna be at, Whooda, on that trip.
I'm gonna be on the Royal Caribbean. And matter of fact, I'm doing a show on the Royal Caribbean.
I know,
yes,
right.
I am. Yes, I am. Very excited about it.
But
I am too.
Let me finish. I'm thankful that I'm gonna be off for the whole month of May.
What?
You gonna be off?
I'm loving every
Where you
bit
gonna
of
be?
it. Minding my damn business.
You mean I got to sit up here with Howard or the whole show?
Oh, no, I'll be to the podcast.
He's saying he's not doing shows.
No,
performing.
because my June is crazy.
Yeah.
July is
really?
crazy.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot coming up. Too much to explain. But I want also people to stay tuned for Sanford and Son, the tribute. We're going to be coming near a theater, a church near you. If you want to take
What's
this
up,
play
fellas?
for private affairs, birthday parties, weddings. We take the business, bottom line, but it's lucrative. Remember, it's very lucrative. But you can hit me at 443-226-9157. Also on Facebook, Rickey Shacklegford. Also Instagram, Rickey the Real Deal. And Howard.
This weekend, I'm going to be at Church of Satire in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
One show Friday, one show Saturday, 8:30. I'm not sure which one to talk, but go to Church of Satire. They got a Facebook page. They got an Instagram page as well. Hit me up on Instagram, Gaskins.Howard.5, and on Facebook, Howard Gaskins.
Hey, y'all, let's give it up one more time for my girl, Gwen. Factor.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, you've been great. You lit up the stage. That's what we want. Hey, look, I'm comedian Rickey the Real Deal.
And I'm comedian Howard G.
And I'm Whooda.
And tell them who you are one more time.
The Gwynn Factor.
The Gwynn Factor. Look, man, you got
See
to
y'all
get over
next
the
week.
hump.
Oh, no, I won't see you
You got to
next
get
week.
over the hump.
Get over the hump by
You got to
yourself
get
next
over
week.
the hump. Y'all be safe. Have a good Wednesday.
Gwen, you should call your next DVD or your next live tape.